First off, this is a response/collab with Steve Clark on the topic of aleatory. You can find his video right here, hopefully, and definitely there will be a link in the description below. We'll see how good I still am at Premiere. I haven't used it in a while, it's a little scary.
Okay, so the idea here is sometime later this year, hopefully by June 30th, the U.S., its allies, and Iran come to a final conclusion. Then there's a waiting period.
Second, it's really funny, Steve, that you had started with a clip from when I had just moved to the Detroit area because I had gotten a job up there, because I just moved to Alabama with no job, but I have a part-time offer and I'm gonna take it even though I don't want it because being an adult is hard or something. We'll reevaluate in 3 months. But I was living actually just outside of Detroit in Livonia and working in Novi. So there you go. I lived in Michigan for 2.5 years.
If we only listen to people who look, sound, and think like us, then we haven't gained from the internet, we've let it limit us.
So aleatory is a word that I learned through music, actually. I had a symphonic band and marching band director in college who tried to incorporate it into pretty much as much of his teaching material as possible, whether that was rehearsals or concerts or hopefully not marching band programs, but who knows? He certainly joked about it a lot. He would always joke about writing marching band drill on the Saturday morning of a game with basically amounted to, it's a lot of coin flips and dice rolls and probably just grains of rice thrown on drill sheets. Who knows?
And the more we heard, we were horrified.
Confronted with recordings of old broadcasts and copies of faded headlines covering the fear and distrust of Japanese in the wake of Pearl Harbor, I almost wished that they could have been interspersed with the all too easily found coverage of the bigotry, fear, and animosity rankling through much of American society today.
But during symphonic band programs, he would come out onto the stage, give us our tuning notes, and then walk off the stage. We started the program on our own. We did the entire first piece on our own. And he would do this during rehearsal too, but he would be conducting and then in the middle of a piece just walk off the podium. And it worked. So some of it was a way to teach us how to lead ourselves. And some of it was to be able to listen to the ensemble from different points in the room. He really emphasized the fact that all live music is aleatoric. And, you know, it ranges from John Cage's 433, which is the point of the piece. You know, two audiences are never going to react the same. They're never going to cough in the same place or anything.
The page is more than just a collection of old stuff to look at. It's an ongoing exercise in discovery.
But also it's not just John Cage. It's, you know, if you go to two Hank Green concerts, one in Detroit and one in Cleveland, they're not going to be exactly the same. And even if you go to a professional musician like a Taylor Swift concert, they're not going to be exactly the same one night to the next. Or even if you go see the same, you know, if you go see Hamilton twice, it's not going to be exactly the same. All live music is aleatoric.
Getting stopped one time in 1,000 and having things go bad one time out of 1,000 of those stops means that things will go bad one time in 1,000,000.
Also, I've apparently been pronouncing it wrong since I learned it. I learned the word as aleatoric, not aleatoric. Aleatory, not aleatory. So we'll just blame that on Ohio.
And I know that you do not ship real people.
But I guess that's okay because, Steve, my last name is Schweitzer. So what your brain did was it saw my last name and said, that's part of Switzerland. I know that word. Not Switzer. German, not English. In Switzerland, part of Switzerland, they speak German. And in German, the word for Switzerland is Schweiz. That's where my name comes from. Actually, it's not. It actually means something. It just happens to also be the German word for Switzerland. But really it's okay, I guess, because when people ask me how to spell my name, I tell them it's Switzerland, no land.
I still would like to see the counts just to get them accurate, just to see if there was any explanation for some of the anomalies. You know, in Wisconsin, when there were more votes for Trump in some small districts than there were votes cast, that was kind of curious. But I still don't think there's anything close to enough to turn those races.
And also, if you're ever back in the Detroit area in the summer, you should check out a Detroit City Football Club game. They play in Hamtramck. They're an NPSL team. They're supporter built, and it's super fun, and probably the one thing I'm gonna miss about being in Detroit. If you feel so inclined, you can like the video. If you feel even more inclined, you can subscribe. And I don't know, maybe you'll get a video next week, or maybe it'll be another 5 months. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for everybody, yeah?